Sunday on BBC America.
Arnie, I know you want to do something. Is this something you do for social media? You do it a lot.
A little Snapchat or
yeah, the little thing where we
why not?
So the idea is you film it. So but you hit the thing. Yeah. But what do we have to do?
I'm gonna do a shot of myself, and then I go from person to person.
And we each say a catchphrase.
Exactly, whatever you want to say.
Okay.
Catchphrase. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do you want to bag a catchphrase? What's your favorite one?
I'm gonna say I'll be back.
Okay, you do all of that. They're all annoyed now that I was going to do that one.
If you do it, I say another one.
Do you have one in your head?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have one in your head?
Yeah.
What if someone says it already? Will you have another one in your head?
No.
Okay. Have a plan B.
Plan. Can I go second?
That's up to him. That's up to him.
All right. Ready?
Okay.
We're on the Graham Norton show, and I have some friends here.
Oh no. Quick, I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby.
There is no bathroom.
Who's your daddy now? And what did you do?
I'm old, not obsolete.
I'll be back.
Very good. Thank you very much. Excellent. And the oddest thing is it this Comic-Con was sort of part of your honeymoon?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Now, you know, I got a call. I was on my honeymoon, and they said, this is very important. You have to do it. You know, fly in, please. You have to do it. And, you know, I had to first explain that to my wife, which didn't play well. And then the whole idea of, you know, spending part of your honeymoon with people dressed up like Captain Kirk and Star Wars characters somehow is not easy to explain to your bride, to your new bride. But I showed up. And it was really fun because they actually love, they all dress, they love what they do, and it's a very passionate thing. And I've never done a film, well, I did one film, Batman and Robin, which was thank you, which was a disaster. But other than that, there's no reason for me to have ever done anything to go to Comic-Con.
But didn't you apologize to the crowd at Comic-Con for Batman and Robin?
I always apologize for Batman. Let me just say that I actually thought I destroyed the franchise until they brought it back. You know, somebody else brought it back years later and changed it. But, you know, I thought at the time this was going to be a very good career move. It wasn't.
You talk about how the suit was the enemy.
Well, the suit's brutal. You know, at the time, particularly, it weighed like, I don't know, 60 pounds, and it takes, you know, you have to... there was a director, Joel Schumacher, who's a very funny man, very tall, very sort of eccentric, and he would direct with a speaker and with a microphone and a speaker. Usually directors will come up and say, hey, he'll be like, okay, and you'd hear this, you know, giant booming voice. And I'm bolted into this suit. I can't move. And he would literally go, and he would direct you like as if you would have some emotional scene. He would go, okay, people, all right, George, your parents are dead. You have nothing to live for. I'm Batman. The passion is dreams
Now, in the first Ted movie, Seth, you gave some challenges to Mark. It was the famous 57 white trash girls' names.
Yes. Yes.
Now, was that on auto cue or did cards?
No,
I learned it.
We brought in cue cards thinking, because I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I could never learn this shit. This is a mile of names and there's no context to kind of do any kind of association in your head. And I said, you know, we have these cards for you. And Mark's like, hey, I mean, I think I got it. And just rattles them off take after take like that. I still don't know how that was accomplished, but it's pretty amazing.
But this time, you gave him another list of 57 things.
That's right.
But you cut it out.
How did you know that?
He told us. I still wake up in the morning saying this shit.
It'll be on the Blu-ray?
Movie surnames. Yeah, well, what was happening is we were doing a scene where Ted, because it was such a great moment in the movie, thought maybe we'll throw back to it, and then, or maybe he'll just make me study this thing for 4 months and then not use it. But, yeah, so it's all these movie names. Can you still do it? Yeah, I can still do it. That's all I know. I mean, I think about this shit all the time.
Oh, my God.
Can you really? Do 57 movie names. Okay. Skywalker, Zola, Vader, Kenobi, Palpatine, Calrissian, Balboa, Rambo, Grizzle, Stifler, Bickle, Gum, Coleon, Wonka, Zavaga, Lebowski, Venkman, Spengler, Stans, Rizzo, Zuko, Lightly, Higgins, Doolittle, Poppins, Bond, Blowfield, Blacharski, Lightyear, Soze, O'Hara, Dufresne, Glusso, McFly, Baggins, Pliskin, Ventura, Montoya, Burgundy, Scissorhands, Drebin, Stryker, Buell, Electra, Potter, Weasley, Dumbledore, Sparrow, Dumbledore, Born, Von Trapp, Zoolander, Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Khan. It's like that old bar trick.
And you had all the little nicknames for each other. What was your nickname?
Well, my nickname was Merm. Merm the Sperm for a couple of years.
Why are you Merm the Sperm?
I was incredibly thin and incredibly lanky, and it was an all-girls boarding school, and they said, "Hey, you look like a sperm." We knew nothing. Luckily, I was popular, and so I said, "Could we change it to Merm?" So I got away with Merm. But all the nicknames at boarding schools are ridiculous. It's all sort of Buffy and Podge, and we had somebody called Puddle, Bully, Piss.
Did Puddle and Piss have the nicknames for the same reason?
No, I don't know why she was called Piss. I don't know why she was called Puddle. It's crazy. Pussy. It's just weird. And then, of course, you see them sort of 25 years later and you forget. And you're like, Pussy! Spam! Pussy!
There was a lad in my primary school who I won't name who was called Khaki because he shat himself in class. And I was called Tabletop because the head teacher put me on the table because he saw me throwing a girl's pants across the classroom. So to humiliate me, he put me on the table and I wet myself. So I was called Tabletop and he was called Khaki. And whenever I walked past him, he would go, and I would reciprocate. We had a school reunion recently and I hadn't seen him for 30 years. And as I was walking into the pub, I saw he was at a cash point and I knew it was him and I went, and he didn't turn around, he just went,
Play with the Ladies looks quite far off.